Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday Light Warrior Collective session. We are so happy to gather together, and even though my name says Voucher on the screen, I'm filling in for Voucher so that he can have some quality time with his family. And I invite you to grab a pen and paper for some journaling, and I extend to you a hearty welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're dialing in from. Feel free to type in the chat where you are dialing in from. It's always fun to know where we are connected all over the world. And today we welcome you with open arms and with open hearts to your safe space of empowerment. This is your safe space to practice self-care, your inner work, to meditate, and to connect. And we gather collectively from all over the world to raise our vibration. Here we get to leave the outside outside and tune in for a quiet moment where we can become better versions of ourselves. And today it is my honor and pleasure to introduce our host for today, our very dear Mimi. She is a valued core team member of the Light Warrior Collective for many years. She has become a very dear friend of mine, and I'm sure a very dear friend of all of yours. And today she brings her magic, her wisdom, and her experience, and she leads from her heart in a session called 1 Square Meter. I am intrigued, as sure as we all are. Mimi, we are all yours. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. You are always so kind. Thank you very much. I really love you and I love you all. I'm really happy to be here. And before we started this session, I was telling Jenny that I was feeling like not in my place because everything is moving outside myself so fast and it's sometimes chaotic. My husband is doing some things that are putting him into the spot as if he wasn't always into the spot. And then I have teenagers and then work and so on. So I was looking for something that helped me to 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 continue to try to be the best version of myself. And then I found this the 1 Square Meter um, methodology, let's say, which is really great because it speaks about things that Joe Dispenza and others speak about in order for you to go to the higher level. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to share my screen and we will start as always with the concepts. Let me share. So thank you very much. So what we are going to do is we are going to talk about the concept, then go through some examples, and then we will do a meditation. Okay? So let's start with the concept. Imagine that life is a giant chessboard. Every human being, as soon as it's born, is placed into this chessboard inside of his own square meter. You can see the other players. You can interact with them, but you can't control them. Your square meter is the only thing you can control. Most people think life happens outside of them. But this philosophy says something radically different. Everything that you experience happens inside of you. When you hug someone, the sensation happens inside of you. When you touch a tree, the feeling is happening inside of you. You are the one who puts the meaning of the action. When somebody insults you, the emotional reaction also happens inside of you. The outside world only triggers experiences, but the real experience always occurs within your square meter. This means that you create your suffering and your peace internally. In this theory, there are 5 levels that accommodate your universe. The first level is your body, which is the foundation. If the body is weak, exhausted, overstimulated, or disconnected, your square meter becomes unstable. This is why everybody always mentions, including Master Trent, that which, by the way, I miss really, really much. If he sees this, I'm sending him blessings. This is why we need to take care of our body. We need to sleep well, eat well, we need to meditate, move our body, breathe consciously in order for us to stabilize our square meter. The second part is our emotions. Our emotions are the bridge between our foundation and what goes above. And are also the bridge between ourselves and our square meter and the world outside. When we feel love, fear, attachment, gratitude, jealousy, all of them move our internal universe, and that projects to the external universe of others. Most people are controlled by emotions, but mastery begins when you learn to observe emotions without becoming them. If somebody insults you, you acknowledge that they are insulting you, but they are acting within their square meter, so it shouldn't affect you. Just stop react violently. You stop giving external events the power because you are the one who has the power. Instead of reacting with violence, you can consciously generate gratitude, peace, compassion, joy, and love. The third level is the mindset. Imagine that your mind is like the software of the game. Its purpose is not to destroy you, is to help you to understand reality. The mind learns patterns, creates meanings, solves problems, and interprets life. But if your mind acts unconsciously, it creates anxiety, overthinking, comparison, fear, emotional chaos, and at the end, suffering. Then, if you train your mind, it becomes a tool. If you don't train your mind, it becomes a prison. How many of us have felt like the imposter syndrome at work? I've been there many times. No? Your mind is overthinking, and then you feel like you are not capable enough, and then suddenly you are suffering. And sometimes you realize that outside your square meter, the other reality or the reality of others is completely different. But you didn't train your mind because you learned that you were a woman, you were not able to do this, or in this environment of nobody succeeds easily, and suddenly you did, and then you start to sabotage yourself because you didn't train your mind. So don't let your mind become a prison. The fourth level is consciousness. In this case, we have all learned, or we are learning, and we are in the process of learning in this group, how to observe, how to be aware of our emotions, our body, our thoughts. We all know that where we put our attention, we put our energy. Consciousness chooses focus. And as Joe Dispenza says, in whatever you focus your energy begins to shape reality. In this case, begins to shape reality within your square meter. And this is where the purpose appears. And this is where someone can face difficulty without becoming a bad person or acting violently or hating somebody else. This is where a person chooses love instead of resentment, gratitude instead of victimhood, or peace instead of reaction. When you are conscious, then you can become your higher self. Where is the deep essence of who you are, not your fears, not your personality, not your ego. Who you truly, really are. And this is something that you decide. This is something that is within your power, within the square meter. Only you can decide who you are and what do you want to become and what will be your legacy for you, what will be your legacy for your family, and what will be your legacy for the universe that are other entities like yourself. But the intelligent spiritual presence behind you existence understands the connection. Every human being is their own universe. Yet, all universes are connected. Unfortunately, free will, you cannot control another person's square meter. That is a blessing, believe me too. Because sometimes you want to control something and it's not what you really need or want. So in this case, it's a blessing. So you have the capacity to recognize, to admire, to respect, and to love others. So we are going to go through some examples regarding to the life, normal life. And I want you to take, if you have a pen or a piece of paper, we will talk about day-to-day examples. So let's start with work. Imagine that your boss asks you to do a presentation in front of other people that is in higher hierarchy than you. And when you are doing the presentation, your boss criticizes it. If you automatically go outside your square mirror, how do you react? What will be the feeling that you have? It could be anger, it could be insecurity, it could be defensiveness. You will have an emotional reaction that will make you leave your square mirror and will make you try to control how the other universe are looking into this specific for you. What do you think you should do? And these are some techniques that a dear friend of mine that will see the recording later mentioned to me. The first thing is to think, this criticism exists outside of me. And there's a technique in order for you not to react. If you are in front of people and you have something that you can't hold on into your hands, you hold on into your hands. If you are sitting, hold the table, don't say a word. And remember that your experience exists inside of you. Don't throw away whatever you are thinking. Just breathe and try to understand what the other person is telling you. They are criticizing you for a reason, because in their square meter world, what you are presenting is not necessarily what they were expecting. So instead of going with anger, insecurity, defensiveness, or emotional reaction that will cause trouble, pause And remember, this criticism exists outside of you. You did your best. You are here to present your vision of your square meter. And if they don't like it, it's because they have a different vision and you will try to understand that vision. So when you choose to pause, when you choose to hang into something physically, when you choose to remain within your square meter, you consciously choose calm, learning, confidence, and emotional control. So that event no longer controls your internal universe. And most likely, even though you had an issue in that specific meeting where you were told or you were criticized, you will learn from it. And your emotional control will give you the tools to respond accordingly. Because at the end of the day, if you are presenting something, it's because you have studied something and you are introducing something to them, and they probably are not aware of your vision. So if you understand their vision, maybe you can explain it differently. So you are no longer suffering, you are in control. Okay? So the second example could be family. You are in a meeting or in a reunion with your family, and a family member behaves negatively. Your daughter or your husband or your partner or your friend start behaving in a way that you don't like, and you start to feel emotions, no? You start to feel like if someone close to you, you will start to feel or ashamed, or you want to control the situation, or you want to stop them doing what they are doing, or you want to interfere instead of letting be. In this case, most of us, like if it's someone close, will try to interfere, right? And this is the first thing. I want to interfere because I cannot let my husband or my daughter to behave that way, or especially if they are older. When they are kids, you still have to. It's your job. But with older people, like, you want to interfere, but you have to remember that is their square meter. So what would happen if instead of trying to interfere, you try to understand them without absorbing their emotional chaos? You stop carrying everyone's emotions as your identity. You create a boundary. They are responsible for their actions. You are acting with compassion. You are trying to understand them. You are not going to tell them to stop, because at the end of the day, it's their choice. But you are creating a boundary with compassion. Probably you will try to help without interfering in a way that causes more trouble. Sometimes when people act or behaves negatively, it's because they are asking for help, because they are within their square meter drowning, or because the only way they learn that other people pays attention to them is acting negatively, right? So if you go and absorb those emotions, instead of creating calm or peace, you will create chaos. You will become that bad behavior, because you will be in the middle of it. So love them without absorbing their emotional chaos. Create boundaries with compassion, and once they are calm, try to sit down with them and speak about how within your square meter you saw the situation, and then within your square meter also Give them feedback if they are open to it. If they are not, don't waste your time. Remember, they are acting within their square meter. They're a universe. They have other ways to see the world. They have other ways to feel things that are happening for them. So just let them be. Another example could be with money. When we have fear that we don't have enough money, well, and we believe that our value has to do with money, then we end up having money problems and we end up creating money problems. The square meter philosophy says your power is not in your bank account. Your true power is in your internal state. So, if you are having money issues, instead of focusing on lack of, you need to behave as if you had the money. You need to behave as if you are in control of your square meter, and you need to think about what things can you do in order to improve your money situation. If you are stable, if you don't feel fear, if you don't feel anxious because of lack of money, then you have an internal universe that can create better decisions, clearer thinking. You start being disciplined with money, and you learn how to see the opportunities that outside your square meter are presenting to you. You find yourself emotionally stable, and then you have resilience. So money becomes a tool, not your identity. In terms of relationships, when someone leaves you, many people fear the world collapses. When I got divorced, my world fell apart. My emotional center was placed outside the square meter. My world was outside. I was not focusing on myself. It was my friends were other square meters in other universes, and I lost myself. In this square meter methodology, you become a better person and you love differently when you understand that you can deeply love another person, another universe, without losing you. So you put yourself first. And attachment weakens the square meter. So you know that you have kids, you know that you have a husband, you know that you have family, but at the end of the day, you were born alone. So you were born alone, you have to love yourself first. You have to understand that this is your universe. The only thing that you can control is within. And outside your square meter, there's nothing else you can do. So love becomes healthier when you understand that. Unconscious love strengthens it. Why? Because you always act with consciousness about others' needs, but your needs first. And it's not being a bad person, is being honest with yourself. What do you need? And then, in order for you to give, you need to be able to have it to yourself, right? So I would like you to take a couple of minutes to think about one of the situations that are happening currently in your life. That will be the first. Could be work, it could be family, relationships, money. And then I want you to think about how you have been reacting over when facing the situation. And then I want you to think about 3 actions that you could take in order for you to focus on your square mirror and to make sure that you are stable in order for you to succeed and to become your higher self. We will give 5 minutes for this exercise. One thing that this theory says, and it's something that everybody mentions, is that if you do have it in your mind and you don't put it on paper, it doesn't work, because at the end of the day, you have to make it real. And the only way that your brain or the system makes it real is to journal it. And this is the reason why every time I do this type of things, I ask you to journal. One minute to go. Now we can revisit the exercises later if you want, if you wish to share. In the meantime, we are going to start a short meditation. Please find a comfortable position. I will turn off my video. Sorry. Relax your shoulders. Allow your jaw to soften. Close your eyes gently. Take a slow breath in and slowly exhale. Again, deep inhale Slow exhale. Now, imagine that you are standing above a massive infinite chessboard. Quiet, timeless, mysterious. And among millions of squares, one begins to illuminate. Your square, your universe, who's calling you. Slowly step into it. As your feet touch the square, feel yourself returning home. This is your space, your body, your emotions, your mind, your consciousness, your energy. Everything you have ever experienced has happened here, inside of you. Now, breathe deeply. With every inhale, you activate your body. Feel your cells awakening. Feel your nervous system calming. Feel life moving through you. Now, bring awareness to your emotions. Without judgment, just observe them. Are you feeling fear? How does it feel? Are you feeling love? Are you sad? Are you feeling joy? Or maybe a little bit of anger? Try to feel a little bit of gratitude and simply observe. You are not the emotion, you are the awareness observing it. Now, observe your thoughts. Watch them moving like clouds across the sky. No need to chase them. No need to fear them. Remember, your mind is only a software. You are something greater. Now, move deeper beyond the body, beyond your emotions, beyond your thoughts. You are entering consciousness itself. Pure awareness, stillness, presence. You can feel your square meter becoming brighter, more stable, more powerful. Now, silently repeat, I govern my body. I govern my emotions. I choose gratitude. I choose peace. I choose love. Now, imagine people appearing around your square meter, those that are the most relevant to you: family, friends, co-workers, your partner, the Light Warrior community, even those that are not here with us today. Each one of them is standing in their own illuminated square. They are separate universes, but at the same time, you can feel they are connected universes. You no longer try to control their square, you simply recognize them, you honor them, you love them, and you remain centered with your own. Now, feel a golden light descending about you. This is part of your higher self. The deepest intelligence is entering your body, your being. It enters your square mirror gently. As it does, your entire inner world aligns. Your breathing slows. Your heart softens. Your mind clears. And your energy stabilizes. Now, repeat silently. My peace is within me. My reality begins within me. I am the guardian of my square meter. I love my square meter. And I want to stay here for a moment, enjoying it, learning from it, enjoying it purely. I'm going to stay here for a moment, breathing, feeling, remembering, because I have the power. And this is my square meter. And I control it. And when I'm back to the rest of the world, I remember I will carry my square mirror consciously into the world. I'll know that everything is happening for me. Now, bring your awareness back to your body. Move your arms, your toes, your neck, your head. Come back to the room, and when you are ready, open your eyes gently.